Hello students, I hope all of you are fine and in good health. Before starting today's day, let us energize ourselves with a simple activity. For this activity, all you have to do is listen carefully to the statement. Then, if you agree, you have to stand up, and if you don't agree with it, you have to remain sitting. Alright? Okay, let us start. So, the first statement is plants can make their food on their own. Yes, it's true. You had to stand up. Okay, moving on. All the plants bear colorful flowers. Is it true? Oh, let us find about it later. The age of all the plants is same. No, you had to remain sitting. Plants have different characteristics based on their habitat. Yes, it's correct. And the last statement is plants maintain the level of oxygen and carbon dioxide in atmosphere. Yes, it's true. You had to keep standing. I hope all of you had fun and are full of energy. Now, let us begin with today's session. Hello students. Good job. Let us learn more about plants around us. Hello students. Can you recall the definition of classification? Classification is the process of organizing things on the basis of structure, origin, and behavior. Hello students. I hope all of you are fine. But what is the need for classification? Have you wondered? Let us take an example of the school library. Have you visited your school library yet? You can visit it as the school reopens. So, imagine you are in your school library and you want to study science. But if the books of all the subjects are put together in one single cupboard, would you be able to find your book? Yes, maybe, but it is going to take you a lot of time. So, classification makes the study of organisms or things easier. It helps us to understand the relationship between them. And lastly, it helps us to save time and avoid confusions. Hello students. As we start the chapter, let us first get to know a famous botanist, Adolf Engler. He was born in Germany. He qualified his PhD in 1866 from the University of Breslau, which is now known as Poland. One of his major contributions was that he proposed the Engler system of classification, which is widely used in herbaria all over the world today. Hello students. Let us read about some of his major contributions. Adolf Engler contributed to the fields of phytogeography, which means geographical distribution of plants, plant taxonomy, the science that finds, identifies, describes, classifies, and names plants, geology, the science of physical structure and substance of earth, their history and processes, biodiversity, the variety of plants and animal life in the world, and biogeographical regions, that is, an area of uniform climatic conditions and having a distinctly recognizable type of vegetation. Hello students. I hope all of you are fine and in good health. Can you remember how we classified animals on the basis of presence or absence of backbone back in chapter 1? Yes, the animals
were divided into vertebrates and invertebrates on the basis of their backbone. Further, the vertebrates were divided into 5 classes, namely fishes, birds, amphibians, reptiles, and mammals. Similarly, in plants, we classify them on the basis of their different characteristics.
Hello, students.
Do you know there are more than 300,000 varieties of plants on Earth? So, in order to study them easily, botanists and taxonomists have divided them into different groups on the basis of their features. Can you guess some of these features?
Hello, students. Classification of plants can be done on the basis of their features such as flowering or non-flowering. Second, size. Third, the life cycle. Fourth, the mode of nutrition. And fifth, their habitat. Hello, students. I hope all of you.
I hope today's session was knowledgeable for you all. Before the next session, I would like you to take a potato, mango, and a carrot, observe their differences, and note them by using the reference of the table given.